You are up in the closet?
Yep, it's Sunday morning. He's backing away. I
want to make it clear, so you have to get close to the mic.
I understand
and I
that.
don't want us both to be bumping heads because we don't have two mics.
Okay, we've got to upgrade because here's the thing. When we do these Sunday morning coffee talks, it's prior to brushing our teeth. And I don't know why we didn't just brush our teeth before we started this podcast, but now we have to use one mic and we're in each other's faces and our breath is, it's morning breath mixed with coffee, and that's amazing.
It is amazing. But we're going to upgrade. We just need help. That's why we're starting a Patreon. Patreon? Is it Patreon? A crowdfunding thing on our podcast where people can support us.
Is it like a GoFundMe for podcasts?
Sort of. Yeah, you put out there, hey, we're getting more and more followers, and the quality needs to be increased, improved. We need this thing we need to take it to the next level, and to do that, we need to spend some freaking money on production equipment. We need to make a better studio setting here for us and our guests, and to do that, we got to set a goal on the crowdfunding thing, which I have done, but I need to review it with you. We need to do a little video, need to put it up and put a link up so people that listen, which we're so grateful for, can pledge until we hit that goal, or pledge because we're going to hit that goal and then we're going to have another one. I mean, we need to keep growing, but we need to buy a better setup because right now we got one mic.
That we share, no headphones, so that's why sometimes it comes across, usually me, a lot louder, and Jeff's a lot softer, and then, dear Lord, when I laugh, I probably blow your speakers out.
Yeah, probably.
And I can't help it. I can't control my laughter if I can't hear it in my ears, and I don't hear it because I don't have headphones. And, yeah, so we've got to upgrade, and,
it's time.
We've got 4 kids, 2 dogs, and 3 cats, as I've said before.
Which is stupid.
What's stupid about it?
It's just stupid.
It's the fact of life.
Right.
We got 1 girl going off to college.
Yeah.
And 2 more that's juniors. 1 just turned 16. Now they want to drive. Jeez. The cats and the dogs have got to eat.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Anyway, enough of poor us. We're broke.
Yeah.
Anyway.
We're going to move on from this topic. Okay. Welcome, be in the closet.
Little commercial there. What are we talking about today, J.M. Hart?
You know what? We're going to talk about 10 ways to become stronger mentally. Or 10 ways to become mentally stronger, whichever way you want to look at it. And this is just a list of 10 things. We do these lists and we elaborate on them. And I don't know if we'll agree with any of them.
I don't know. I haven't seen this list. And you probably haven't, as we already know, read through this list. Because you're going to go through and be like, I haven't really read through all this yet.
I've read through the list.
That's your classic.
I've read through the list because it's not an article. Articles my attention span breaks down and it says, yo, man, you know what this is about because you've read the title, so you can read the rest of it later.
But that's not always true because, see, you get these headlines and these headlines suck you in, and the headlines are normally dramatic, and then you start reading the article and you're like, this is really no big deal. Anyway, what's the list? What's number one?
The number one thing on making yourself mentally stronger.
I feel like we should start from 10 and move it because it's 1 the best way, or are they just listed in non-order?
I don't think that they're ratings.
Okay.
I just think they're things to do. 10 things to do.
Okay, give it.
10 ways. So they could be 10 different ways. Maybe just pick one and now you're mentally stronger. I don't really think that's how it works.
Give it to me.
I will give it to you.
After I brush my teeth.
Take 15 minutes a day to self-reflect.
Now, who's got that amount of time?
Everyone on the planet.
No, nobody's going to sit there for 15 minutes and self-reflect. Nobody wants to reflect about oneself for 15 minutes. I'm not going to.
People do want to reflect. And it's good for your mind.
It might be good for your mind, Jeff, but we're practical people. We're busy. We have things to do. People don't take 15 minutes for themselves to do anything, especially to self-reflect.
Like you always say, you got to put yourself first. That self-reflecting could be 15 minutes of meditation or prayer or however you kind of close down by yourself for a little while. People don't do that.
People don't do it.
And that's
People aren't going
why-
to do it.
Yeah, they will.
No, they won't.
Yes, they will.
No,
people
they won't.
meditate. There's people that meditate
I understand
multiple
that.
times a day for 20 to 30 minutes at a time.
Well, golly, I'd like to have your time.
Golly.
I'm just saying, you got to either wake up early, stay up late. You got to do something.
Or you could look at your screen time on your phone and see how much time you spend on
True.
Instagram, Facebook, Snap, and say, oh, wow, out of the 14 hours a day I spend on those.
I don't spend 14 hours a day, mofo.
I'm not talking about you in
Oh.
general. I'm giving people ideas. Go check out your screen time and say, I could carve out 10 minutes. You don't have to. I'm just saying if that one kind of rings true in your life, that you need to set aside some time to self-reflect, meditate, pray, whatever it is. For you, it obviously doesn't ring true. It's
Right.
not an interesting topic for you. It's not going to get you mentally stronger.
What? Self-reflecting? I don't even know how to do that. I mean, how do you do that? I mean, tell me.
Do I like stand for 15 minutes and look at the mirror? Oh my gosh.
I am not like that. You're so mean. How do you self-reflect? I mean, what do you do? What's the steps on self-reflecting? Like, seriously, I'm not even joking. Like, you sit down and be like, well, I was born in 1976.
No, reflect on your day.
On what day? My day is the same every freaking day. I get up, I go to work, I work out, I try to build my clientele. I deal with these 4 kids, 2 dogs, 3 cats, and a husband. And I come home and I chill. I mean, that's about the gist of it.
Well, yours is quick then. You're good. You know what? We're going to move on to number 2.
I'm not trying to be that. I'm not trying to be, what is your word you like to use? I'm not trying to be contrary. Is that the word you use?
Yeah, I do.
I'm not trying to be, I'm
Sometimes.
just saying, like, literally, self-reflect. What in the world? Like, what?
Like I said, if it rings, like if it's something for any listener out there, if that one's one that goes, yeah, I need to do that. Cool. You aren't, that's not connecting with you.
It's
and
not.
that's okay.
I just don't know how
Maybe
to
the
redo
next
it.
one will.
I just don't know
or
how to
the
do it.
third one or fourth one.
Okay,
Or-
move on. I'm just telling you, most people aren't going to sit and self-reflect. I mean, okay, get your granola, get your fizzy water, and sit Indian style on a yoga mat.
You don't have to. You can sit out back with your feet up on the
And
table
think about
and not think
yourself.
about anything.
What am I going to think about? What am I going to reflect?
That's what I
I'm
like
gonna
to
try
do.
to do
I
it.
like to think about my breathing, and that's it, and
Oh my
block
gosh,
everything
you're so
out.
weird. You're breathing like you just
All right. We're moving to number 2.
please.
Do at least one tough thing every day. Something that challenges you, something that's hard, something to make you mentally stronger.
Like what?
We talk about that all the time, that people need to challenge themselves daily. It could be working out. It could be don't let it get easy. Don't just go through your
No,
routine.
I agree with that.
It could be
You need to challenge yourself, but I'm just trying to think of what I could do that's tough today. Give me something. Throw something at me today that you're like, why don't you do this? Toughen up. Why don't you try this? Tell me. What do you want me to do?
I got some ideas, but we're not going to discuss it on the podcast.
You know what? Golly, are you an 18-year-old boy?
No, I'm a 44-year-old man, which is not much different
No,
than
it's
an
not.
18-year-old
It's
boy.
absolutely not. No, but no, I do like to do. I do like that, but every single day, tell me something to do.
Listen,
Maybe-
I don't know. I'm going through the list. Do something. Do one thing a day that's tough.
I'll put the laundry away when we're done with this.
Yeah, or do a math problem. I don't
I'm
know.
not doing a math
Do
problem.
do a crossword puzzle.
Oh my gosh.
You don't like that one. All right, give up one bad habit. This is something you can just do. Give up a bad habit.
I don't
Ange.
have a bad habit, Jeff.
Everybody's got a bad habit.
What's my bad habit? I
Which
really
one?
don't. I don't have a bad habit. Maybe I have one too many glasses of wine at night. Other than that, what's my bad habit? Other than not putting away the laundry. Because, man, I'm bad at that. Look at that laundry basket over there. I need to get on that.
At least they're folded in the
And
laundry
they're clean.
basket.
They're clean, okay? They're clean. I just
Living
don't
out
like
of a
them.
laundry basket.
Listen. Anyway, just a bad habit. What's your bad habit? You don't even have a bad habit, do you? What's your bad habit?
My bad habit?
Yeah.
My bad habit is probably sometimes procrastinating.
Sometimes procrastinating.
I even procrastinated on saying procrastinating.
That probably is true. Maybe you could do
That's
that.
one of my bad habits.
What's one
or
of my
maybe
bad habits?
planning.
Seriously,
Sometimes planning
maybe I
my
do.
day out better, so I'm more efficient.
I don't know what my bad habit is.
Putting things off.
I don't know. I'm not obviously I'm not perfect, but I'm sitting here thinking of habits.
Yeah, you don't smoke. You don't.
No. I don't abuse substances. I eat good. I work out. I don't know.
You got to have some bad habits. Everybody has bad habits.
Well, tell me one.
I don't know your bad habits.
You live with
Just
me.
stuff that. Let me think of what you say you need to get better at.
Other than drinking too much wine at night, maybe. That's a bad habit. I would say I'm going to go down to 2 glasses starting Monday. And then Monday night comes, I'm like, screw that.
Next week.
Give me a refill.
Yeah, when you have that glass and a half, then all of a sudden your
know.
defenses fall.
I know, but it's like
It's for me. It's one of those all or nothing things almost.
yeah, I don't know. Anyway, you can move on. You just move on.
Ooh, this is good. Develop positive self-talk.
Yes, I do like that one. That is one that I think people can do, and they don't have to take any time out of their day. They don't have to take 15 minutes. You don't have to try to think of something to challenge yourself. I do like that. That's a good one. Because when you start talking to yourself, whatever you're telling yourself in your head, when you're sitting around, when you're driving your car, when you're putting your makeup on in the morning, that's gonna put the tone to your day. So if you're sitting here feeling bad about yourself, saying you can't do this, you can't do that, I wish I was better at this, you're going to be down all day. I do like that.
I like it too because we need to really be what's the word I'm looking for?
I don't know.
Deliberate,
Yes.
intentional about positive self-talk because it's so easy for that internal voice to be negative and it's like a snowball effect.
And
Once
then-
you start being
Whoa.
Oh, little hiccup got up there. Once you start being negative with your subconscious, kind of with your that voice in your head, it just snowballs out of control.
Well, and then you start believing it.
Yeah, just like if you tell yourself positive things, you start believing that, and it
Right.
starts to show in your everyday activities.
And your relationships with other people.
Yes, your relationships, the people around you. You know, your kids, there's more sunshine, right? If we want to get hippie style on it.
Yeah.
There's more like brightness coming from you and around you. And it's kind of like you in the gym. I mean, if you go in there and you're negative, that place is not going to be nearly as fun, but people love it because you're very positive. You're always smiling
Yeah.
and encouraging no matter how your day is. But I know for all of us there's that negative self-talk sometimes depending on what's going on in our lives.
Definitely. And like I said, that comes out into your relationships with people. And I think it's important, especially when you have kids, to not negative talk towards them. Like I think that they need the positive talk, especially teenagers. They need to hear you're beautiful. They need to hear, positive things about them because they have enough that I think probably teenagers are the people who do the most negative self-talk, I would say.
I would say, for sure.
On
I
a
would say
daily
that's
basis.
true.
So
Yes.
to build them up is very important. And to build yourself up is important too, obviously. Because there's nothing worse than feeling bad about yourself.
Right.
So I like that one.
Yes, we broke through the
Yeah.
Angie barrier.
No, I'm not trying to be contrary.
No, you're not. But I see what you're doing. You're kind of protecting.
realist.
You're out there looking out for all of our listeners and their time.
Yes, because I'm a realist and I know how it is to be busy. Everybody's busy. Everybody is busy. Right. And yes, everybody could take 15 minutes and stuff, but I'm not arguing the point that we could take 15 minutes. I'm arguing the point that no one's going to do it. It's not a reality. Now, maybe there's probably a fraction. I'd say maybe 20% of people would be like, yeah, I could do that. But most people are like, yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm
And
not taking 15
those
minutes.
people are going to be mentally stronger because they will do
Maybe
it.
they
will
are.
sacrifice the
Hey.
time to be better, to get better.
Cheers to you. Cheers to
I
you.
thought you were going to punch me.
No, well, your computer went off. I wanted to go touch it.
Oh, that's what you're reaching for.
All right. Feed us the next one.
Feed us the next one. All right. Identify challenges and set goals.
Okay. Well, I mean, yeah, that's good. We all need to set goals. And not just at the beginning of the year, not just January. We all need to set goals. I get it. Yes.
Well, that's huge. We can't. I mean, we've said it before. You cannot. Those places you're dreaming about getting, or those things you're dreaming about accomplishing,
Like the beach.
you can't get there without a goal.
I have a goal. It's 2-year goal.
And you got to identify the challenges.
I identify. We need jobs. And we need a place to live.
Okay, let's not turn this into a beach conversation.
But you told
again.
me to identify challenges and set goals, and that's what I'm doing.
Thank you. You're so sweet.
You're the one last night when we were playing games with Erica and Chaz that looked dead at Chaz. And if you don't believe me, we can't call him right now because he's probably at church. But you looked at him when we were talking about the beach, and you looked dead at him and you said, "It's not happening. It's not happening." And that went through me like a knife. I almost flipped the table.
Hey.
Because you tell me, here's your bad habit. You want me to tell you your bad habit? No, I just realized.
I did not.
You're
I did
a
not. I was
pacifi-
not talking about
You're
that
a pacifier.
when I said that to him.
You like to pacify people. You're pacification. You take a pacifier and you stick it in my mouth.
And you love it.
And you tell me what I want to hear, and you go along with it, like when your little kid comes up to you when they're little, and they say, "When I get married, I'm going to marry a prince, and we're going to live in a castle far, far away." And you're like, "Oh, that sounds so fun and so nice." Yes, you are. You're going to do that. I believe 100% you're going to do it. You're going to marry Prince Charming, and you're going to live happy. And when I talk about going to the beach, that's what you say to me. You look at me, you're like, "Yeah, we can do that." No, we're not. You know we're not, and you said it last night.
That's not what I was talking about.
Move on before I really
Plus,
do.
I had some Tito's and tonic quite a bit, so I don't even remember.
What were you talking? Oh, see, there's the
Yes.
See.
Yes, I do remember.
Well,
but it wasn't about that. Promise.
Yes, it was. Ask Chaz. Yes, it was. Chaz and Erica were right there, and they were like, because that's why Chaz was like, moving on. Let's move on with the game. Yep, let's move, because he knew I was going to get mad. You can ask him.
All right, number 6.
No, I'm not done. I'm not done. Don't feed me lies. If we're not going to move to the beach, no, I gave you an ultimatum. I'm moving to the beach. I'm going. You can go, or you can stay. I mean, you can come visit. You have a place to live. You have a place to stay.
That's true. That might work.
You can stay here, and you can work in West Virginia, and I will go to the beach, and I'll hold it down at the beach. And
You're
when you want to
amazing.
come visit, Nate and I, and any other kid that wants to come with me at that point in 2 years, you can come visit anytime. Door's always open.
Can't wait.
All right.
Moving on.
I'm just telling you.
Thanks, baby.
It is what it is. Don't be sad when I'm pulling away. And I won't even take anything in the house. I'm just going to take my clothes and myself and my son.
Cool.
All right. I said it here
We've got it
'Kay.
on number 157.
and multiple other podcasts.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's basically the theme of all of our podcasts.
Well, I'm just trying to make my point. At least I'm consistent. I'm
I think
persistent.
you've made it.
And my patience is running out.
Okay.
Okay.
Patience running out. Note taken.
Perfect.
I put a pin in it or whatever. Number
Put a
6.
pin in it.
Identify your strengths and weaknesses.
Yes. I like that.
Yeah, you got to know your strengths and weaknesses to
Well, you got to work on your weaknesses.
improve yourself.
Yeah. Definitely. I like that one for sure.
Oh boy.
What?
Number 7.
We just, yeah.
Do you
Give it
want
to
to talk more
No,
about
I think that's
identifying
obvious.
your
I mean, I think
weaknesses?
you have to really think about your weaknesses. I mean, it's like that question that, when you're on a job interview and they get you every time and they're going to ask it, but you don't think about it beforehand. It's like they say, tell me one of your weaknesses. And you're like, my gosh, I have a ton of weaknesses, but you don't want to admit to, like, you're in a job interview, right? And you're like, well, I guess my weakness is I'm overly detailed. I mean, you know what I mean? What do you say? Like, what is your weakness?
Yeah,
Well, my weakness is I'm a negative person and I'm always late, and you know what I mean? Like,
I have a fetish of liking to bang like employees that I work with, like especially if there's like anybody directly around me in the
Right.
pubes that's
Exactly.
even remotely attractive. I'm totally gonna touch them and try
Right.
to. Well, I mean, what do you?
I mean, what do you
You're gonna
say?
say a
That-
negative positive thing, right?
Right.
Which makes you, because I interview people, so it kind of makes you want to roll your eyes, like
but then why do you ask the question? I mean, why ask that question in an interview?
I don't know.
Nobody's going to be
don't.
honest. Nobody's going to be honest.
I don't ask.
Next
what's
time
your
I'm going to
weaknesses.
say my weakness is that I lie at this question every interview. So right now I'm feeding you bullshit. That's what I'm going to
right.
say. Anyway,
Just got real here
right?
in the closet.
So if you interview me, just know I'm going to lie at that question because I have tons of weaknesses, but I'm not telling you any of them.
You get to find them out as I work.
Yeah, that's a mystery. Let's circle back to that in 6 months and you can tell me what my weaknesses are, right?
You know
Okay.
what? In your next interview, just refer them to this podcast.
Yeah, go listen to podcast number whatever.
At 20 minutes in,
Right.
19 minutes in.
Anyway, number 7.
Here's number 7, the one that you do already regularly.
I do.
Oh, absolutely.
Work out.
Journal daily. Record what
Oh
you
my
have.
gosh.
What you have gratitude for.
Oh Lord, nobody's gonna journal, okay? Unless you just like to. It might be your thing, but nobody is going to get a spiral notebook, which I adore spiral notebooks, by the way. But nobody's gonna journal. I'm sorry, nobody is going to
Hey,
journal.
people out there that like to journal, that like to start their day off.
Again, the
writing
20%
things
that
down.
also self-reflect for 15 minutes. It's those people, which you're great people. I'm just saying, some people aren't like that.
Right. You're not like that. That's why I
Are
said.
you? Do you
number
journal?
Dude, I journal 6 to 8 pages every day.
You, first of all, you just call me dude. And second of all, you don't journal.
I do not journal.
You doodle.
I do, that's my language. It's doodle.
You
but
don't
I never
journal.
journal.
But you know what? Like a few not a few, it was way back podcasts ago. You said something. Why are you putting it in my face like that? The microphone. You said something about videoing or doing like a vlog of, was it your
Gratitude?
day or something that you're thankful for or something good that happened that day? I think that is a good idea, and I think that is something that I would do, that I wanted to do, but I ended up not doing it. So maybe
We
I need
did
to,
not do it. We
I need
committed to doing it.
Circle back to that
We totally committed
because
to
I could do
doing
that,
it.
but I'm not journaling. Nobody's gonna journal. Anyway,
I think it was what before you start your day, you wake up and you write down on a mirror, or you vlog it, like you said, 3 things that you're grateful for, and they can be simple things. It
Yeah.
can be, I'm grateful for my family, I'm grateful for my car, I'm grateful for my job.
Yeah.
And then the next day you can say, I'm grateful for my having 10 fingers and toes, that kind of thing.
I mean, okay, so if I had a chalkboard wall like I'm supposed to
Oh,
have,
good Lord. It's just beat the crap out of Jeff Day again here in the closet.
we're not in the closet because we don't have the fan up
Here
yet.
we go. There's that now.
Okay, so make a list
Like
of
I
what you
said,
need to do.
procrastination.
Let's make a list of what Jeff needs to do. Okay, everybody.
But
we
you don't
already know.
journal.
We already know. We're making a list. You need to put the fan up in the closet. You need to make me a chalkboard wall, and we need to move to the beach. Okay. So if I had the chalkboard wall, we could put up there for a solid month and have everybody do it and make everybody a space. You could grid it out, and you could be things you're grateful for today, and you can make a space for you and me and Maddie and Kaylee and Brooke and Gary and Nate, and we could all write down every day, and everybody could have a different color piece of chalk, and we could write down what we're thankful for, and that would make our whole family mentally stronger. I like it. You should go paint that wall this
And
week.
then I could have one column for Saddam and things to do to irritate him.
Okay. Have we even talked about that yet?
No, let's
We
not even get
haven't.
into it.
Okay,
We
so
still
that's a
got-
little teaser. We have somebody in our neighborhood, our neighbor that Jeff is named Saddam, and we're going to go into detail on that next podcast. We haven't talked about that, so nobody's going to know what you're talking about. But it's
Yeah.
a good topic.
We'll go
it's
into that.
amazing.
It's fun.
And we could even include the listeners to go on our Instagram page and help us out to what we can do to this guy. Okay, anyway.
Wow, that sounds like threatening.
I really got excited about that.
We're not going to do anything
No,
to
not
this guy.
not anything bad. But just we're gonna
Tie him up
reciprocate.
and drive him to a desert.
He's not hot enough to tie up. I would be into that if he was hot enough to tie up.
Okay, can we get
But-
done with this list?
No, but listen, I don't mean anything bad. We're just gonna reciprocate how he picks on us.
So
That's it.
basically, it's fun to fantasize about things we could do to him, though.
Right, we're not going to really do
could
it.
be a
but
lot of
he's,
fun.
He's picking on us and he's bullying us, and we don't like it. That's all I'm going to say. Okay, moving on. A big bully.
Number 8, write down 10 ideas every day. This will build your ideal muscle.
What?
Sorry, I read it wrong.
Yeah, you
Write
did.
down 10 ideas every day. This will build your idea muscle.
Okay, again.
You got to build that idea muscle,
Jeff, I do.
Reps
listen,
to build that idea muscle.
I do need to work on my idea muscle because oftentimes I'm like, help me come up with. I run out of ideas. I do understand that, and I do understand the concept. But again, this list is time consuming, and it's unrealistic. I need to
I
talk
like
to the
the-
person who wrote it and say, you need to come up with another list that doesn't take so much damn time.
And this is what we do. This is why I like this stuff, because we do these lists, but some of them we don't agree with, right?
Right.
So it's kind of fun to go through
Well,
and review ideas people have, but these are going to click with people. I think that's true. Writing things down is so much more
do.
effective than thinking about
I
them.
never said that all of these ideas are good ideas.
You just
but
don't
they're
have time
not,
for that.
But they're not practical. I'm a realist. I'm a literalist. Are you literally going to sit down? Does it say every day?
No.
How
no.
often?
Yeah, that one does. That one says every day.
Every day you're going to sit down. Hey, honey, are you working on your idea muscle? I mean, really? Nobody's going to do that. So I'm a realist. I want reality. What can I honestly really do? Now, I love the negative self-talk one because you can do that anywhere. You can think about it anywhere, no negative self-talk. Self-reflecting, I just don't know how to do it. You can still do it anywhere. You can be sitting in the traffic, and instead of pulling up your phone when you're waiting at the train track for the train to go by, you can self-reflect. I just don't know how to do it.
Yeah, it's something you have to work at. You're not going to just be a self-reflector overnight. It's a big deal.
Okay.
Self-reflecting in our world now with all our distractions
Right.
is hard to do because we always got to be looking at our buddy Mr. iPhone or Samsung or Huawei or whatever they are.
Yeah.
So what we need to do is we need to come up with 10 practical ways to become mentally stronger
Right.
instead of 10 ways to become mentally stronger.
Right.
10 practical ways.
Right.
That's a
Maybe
list.
I'll make my own list.
And that's what we need to do. We need to say, in the closets, 10 practical ways to become mentally stronger.
I think that's much more
So
attractive.
this is going to be 10 ways to be mentally stronger. We're going to break this down, and then we're going to do another one that's going to be 10 practical ways.
I like that idea, and I think that it would be more attractive to people.
And we might have some of these on that list,
Well, sure.
but we're going to come up with some other stuff.
I like it.
I like it. It can be a whole nother podcast that's going to make more sense to you. And
Well,
those
I'm not
people
trying
that
to
are
be
busy
like
like
that.
you.
I'm not trying to be
No,
like
I'm not
that.
being smart. I'm not being smart about it. I'm having fun with
I'm
this.
just saying.
So
this is a good list.
work on your idea muscle.
I like it. I like that idea, and it's called brainstorming. And you and I we have Jeff and I, JMR, excuse me, and I have brainstorming sessions often at Starbucks, don't we? We go, we brainstorm about our podcast. We
We do.
brainstorm about Ange Fitco and my social media posts and everything, and it
Yep.
really is helpful. But I cannot do that every day. I think weekly it might be more attainable. To say weekly, go brainstorm about your life, work that idea
Your
muscle.
business,
Your business,
your whatever.
your relationships, like what can you do to improve your relationship with your kids or with your husband? Do you need to spice things up with your husband? Which I need to talk about that on another podcast, because I need to talk to women out there about spicing things up. Okay, it's going to be another podcast. I'm working my idea muscle right now.
Is it just us, or
I'm
am
working,
I excluded? Are you going to have a girl on
I
and
think,
you girls?
Oh yes.
Have talk about that
we
stuff.
are flexing our idea muscles your
dude,
face.
We're stuck on flexing it. We
right
haven't
now.
written anything down, but we are.
Do you even flex your idea muscle?
We are flexing our idea muscle.
Yes, because I do need to talk to the women out there about spicing things up. You need to just, I'm going to save it.
You need to put that
on
the list so that we don't forget
I just have to think of a friend that I want to come over and talk with about this who agrees with me.
What if they disagree with you? That could even be more fun. We could have a
Maybe I could have a couple of friends over. This will be fun. Okay, anyway, moving on. Do we have any more on the list, or are we done here?
No, we've got 2 more.
Oh, dang, let's go.
These I think will be okay.
All right.
Take care of your physical health.
Like it.
That'll make you mentally stronger.
That'll make you mentally stronger for sure. What? Why were you pointing at me?
Because when you talk, you're not, your direction isn't at the mic.
Oh, I'm
your
so
mouth
sorry.
isn't facing the mic,
Oh
so
my
it sounds
gosh.
like you're in another room when people are listening, I think.
Again, why we need better equipment.
So there's something right there.
What?
Going back to, what was it? Giving up a bad habit? There's a bad habit.
Okay.
You get distracted and you look away from the mic.
I'm sorry. I was doing a post. I was
It's
multitasking.
I'm trying to help.
I was trying to do a post about our podcast, but screw that. I got to put my face right in it.
Take care of your physical health.
Yes, I like it. Obviously, that's my job.
It's what you do.
It's what I do. When you take care of yourself and you feel better about yourself, it's, again, just like the negative self-talk, it's going to reflect in your relationships with your people, especially, first and foremost, your spouse, your significant other, the person that you like to hook up with. Okay? Obviously, because you're going to feel better about yourself. Someone's at our door. Come in.
Right.
Okay. Hi, Nate.
All right,
Nate's
Nate,
here.
what's up?
All
We're
right.
closing out our podcast.
Just say
with
hi.
Ian, so
Just say hi and let's go.
Hi.
All right. Bye.
later.
Later, skater.
Oh, boy.
We just were parents right there.
Yeah,
All right,
totally.
bye, Nate. Okay, so anyway, that's obvious. You're going to feel better about yourself. You're going to be confident. You're going to carry yourself with more confidence. You're going to look more attractive because when you carry yourself with confidence, you look more attractive. You look like you have it together. You feel good. And it's going to show in your relationships with other people. Bam.
Bam. All right. So
Bam.
for the last point on this,
Cannot wait.
number 10, I feel like you just take number 4, positive self-talk, and number 9, your physical health. And then the last one, you put them together, and it's kind of the last one, create a healthy environment. So I think you create a healthy environment for yourself and the people around you with taking care of yourself, your health, but also mentally,
Right.
healthy environment mentally, like with positive self-talk, encouraging talk to the people around you,
Right.
not being negative, not bringing people down. I think that's huge.
Well, and encouraging the people around you to do the same thing. That's why the chalkboard wall with the chalk and the thing with the kids, that would be good because they would get into it, and then they would probably feel better about themselves too, especially with school getting ready to start, and everybody's nerves are up. Maddie's going to college, so she can't really participate on our chalkboard wall. Oh my gosh, that just made me sad. She's going to college in a few weeks because she's not going to be here every morning to write on the chalk. I am not really feeling good about this.
Okay.
Well, how?
Yeah. We're gonna just focus on the podcast right now.
Okay.
And then you can get in your bag, as they say.
I'm in my bag because our other daughter just turned 16 today. Where'd that go? Where'd that time go? She was my baby girl. Now she's 16 and almost a grown woman. Anyway,
It's crazy.
I like this podcast. It was good, even though I was negative about some of the stuff. Like I said, I'm just being real. Okay, just being real.
I like that you keep it real.
Thank you.
Here in the closet.
I know it seemed like a downer sometimes. It seemed like negative Nelly, and that's not what I'm trying to do.
We're trying to be real.
I try to set realistic goals and expectations for myself. And when there's things I know I'm not going to do, I don't even entertain wanting to do them.
That's maturity, right? When you get to the point in life where you don't just say, yeah, I can do that. Yeah, I can do that. Yeah, I can do that. You just say, no, I can't
I'm
do
not doing that.
everything for me to be happy and for me to have a productive day.
I think that's an important thing to have, because I didn't have it for a long time.
Same
and
here.
women, I say women, I don't know, maybe men are guilty of this too. I'm just not a man. I don't know. But learn how to say no. That can make you mentally strong too. I'm going to put that on our list.
Oh, it took me till I was close
Learn
to 40.
how to just say no without explanation, okay? Because somebody will ask you to do something, and in your mind, you don't want to do it. So you're either going to do one or two things. You're going to say yes, and then you're going to cancel, or you're going to come up with an excuse. All of a sudden, you can't do it. Or you're going to say, oh, I'm sorry, I can't do that because I got to take my grandma to the doctor, and then after that, I got to take her to get ice cream because she always did it. You know, you make this big, long list. Just say, no, I can't do that. Boom, done. Don't make up a bull crap excuse why you can't do it. Just learn to say no. No one needs to have an explanation. Can you volunteer for Vacation Bible School? No, I cannot. Can you be the room parent this year? No, I cannot. Can you be on the PTA? No. Can you donate snacks for our Halloween party? It feels so good. Try it. Because then you have no obligation. You're not making ghost cupcakes at midnight the night before because you forgot that you volunteered to do it and now you're stressed. You just said no. Now you don't have to do any of that crap. I'm not on the PTA. I don't go to parties at school. I'm not going to do it. I love my kid. I have parties at home for my kid. I'm not going to, no. Just say no when you don't want to do it, y'all. Just say no.
That's right. If you don't want to do it and you know you're not going to, just say no.
Right. If somebody's asking you to go out to dinner and you really don't want to go out to dinner, then say no.
It used to be say no to drugs. Now it's say no to cupcake parties.
I'm not trying to be mean. I mean, I used to do that when the kids were in elementary
when they
school.
were little kids,
and they were
but
little
you
in
wanted to
kindergarten.
do it.
But I wanted to. I had time to. I didn't own my own business. You know what I'm saying? I stayed home and I worked part-time. And, you know, I had time to do that. And I don't now. I own my own business. I got to keep things going. I don't have time to go to your costume party. We're going to go trick-or-treating for Halloween at home, and I'm going to be all up in that. I'm dressing up with you. But I don't have time to come to your school and do it. I'm sorry. I know that sounds terrible. But no. Just say no when you don't want to do something. And it's not bad. You don't have to feel guilty about it. It doesn't mean you don't love your kid because you said no to PTA.
No, it doesn't.
Your kid doesn't want you up in all that. Anyway, they don't want you at school. Oh my gosh, there's my mom. What's she doing here? Eating lunch with me? Oh, dear Lord. You know what I mean? I'm sorry.
All right. Well, this was a good one. This was great. I like this one. This was fun. I like when you get on your rants. It's really great.
I'm sorry.
I
hope you all become mentally.
Shut this down.
I hope you all become mentally stronger this week.
If you're mentally stronger if
Right.
you got through this podcast,
Definitely.
and we thank you.
You could have been self-reflecting, but instead you're listening to us, and we appreciate that.
Have a good day.
Bye. I'm going to go brush my teeth.